Night falls over Egypt, a heavy darkness spreads through the air, not just an absence of light, but a silence full of foreboding. Final judgment is near. God gives Moses precise instructions. Each Hebrew family must sacrifice a spotless lamb, mark their doorposts with its blood, and eat the roasted meat with bitter herbs and unleavened bread. It was the first Passover, not a celebration, but a preparation. That night, the angel of death would pass through Egypt, and where there was no blood there would be mourning. At midnight a cry erupts. The firstborn in every Egyptian home dies. From the throne to the dungeon no family is spared, not even Pharaoh's son. The tragedy is total, the pain unbearable. Pharaoh finally breaks. In desperation he shouts, "Go, take everything and worship your God." The long-awaited freedom finally arrives. Moses leads more than 600,000 men, not counting women and children, into the unknown. The people leave in haste, carrying memories, unleavened bread, and a promise. God would deliver them with a mighty hand. As they march, the Lord guides them with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. They are not alone. God is leading them, protecting each step. But ahead lies an impossible path, the Red Sea. Behind them a cloud of dust rises on the horizon. Pharaoh has changed his mind and sends his army, horses and chariots to chase them. The people panic. They complain. "Did you bring us out here to die in the desert?" Their faith wavers. But God's plan is not finished. In that moment of fear, God tells Moses, "Tell the people to move forward." Moses raises his staff over the sea, and a strong wind begins to blow. The waters part like towering walls to the right and left. A dry path opens in the middle of the impossible. Israel walks through. Step by step, every Hebrew soul crosses that supernatural corridor, surrounded by a living miracle. When the last Israelite sets foot on solid ground, Pharaoh's army enters the same path. But the time for justice has come. God confuses the Egyptians, jams the wheels of their chariots, and gives the final command, "Stretch your hand over the sea." Moses obeys, the waters return, and the most powerful army of that time is destroyed before the eyes of God's people. Slavery drowns, and for the first time, Israel is truly free. In response to the miracle, the people erupt in praise. Moses sings a song of victory, exalting the God who hurled horse and rider into the sea. Miriam, Moses' sister, takes a tambourine and leads the women in dance, proclaiming the greatness of the Lord. But the journey is just beginning. Now free from oppression, they must learn to trust God daily, to obey His voice, to walk by faith through the desert. The sea may have split, but the wilderness lies ahead with thirst, hunger, and many trials. And the God who brought them out of Egypt with power now desires to shape their hearts. The miracle is not the end of the story. It's just the beginning of a new relationship between God and His people, a story marked by failure, restoration, provision, and promise. And so ends episode 3 of our series, Moses, the Deliverer of Israel. Egypt is behind them, the sea has parted, and a people once enslaved now walk as a free nation under the cloud of God. But the desert is just beginning. In the next episode, we'll see how God turns sand into provision, hunger into faith, and thirst into miracles. Get ready for episode 4, The God Who Tests in the Desert. If this story spoke to you, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, because the journey continues, and every step in the wilderness reveals who God truly is.